What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Where the Locals Skate. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. This is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And of course, here with me always, we have one of the Couch Boys.
What up?
David Peralta. And now, let's introduce our guest this week. We have Anthony Valdez in the studio.
What's up, you guys? How's it going?
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Excited to be here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what city you're repping.
Originally I was born in Huntington Park, but I didn't really grow up there. I grew up in South Central L.A.
Okay.
That's the city that I would I guess you could say I would rep.
Central.
But I've lived everywhere, to be honest. Gardena, Montebello. I live in Paramount right now.
You're in Paramount right now?
Downey. I've always been kind of just moving around in L.A., but the majority of it was in South Central.
Okay. Shout out to that. And how did you start skating?
When I lived in South Central, I went to a summer camp right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude, he was a lifeguard. He would roll in the skateboard. And my dad would talk to him all the time. They were like homies. He would see him. And I just thought that dude looked cool. He had long hair.
All right.
Rode up on the board. And then I was like, oh shit, that's made me want to start skating. And then maybe a couple years later I started skating, but that was the first thing I could say that opened my eyes to oh, that shit looks cool.
Did he didn't do no tricks, he just rolled up on it?
I can't say I ever seen him do tricks. It looks like he had a cruiser board, to be honest. Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, it's some blonde dude, just rolling up to
Spicoli?
like a Spicoli kind of dude, but rolling up to that bench chair. I don't know why. That's what I mean.
I think he was Hispanic.
Okay.
He did have long hair, but it was bleached. So he had those highlights things in it,
Mm-hmm.
And then he just rode a board. I just was oh, that looks, and he was yeah, he just looked cool. His style, cool. Everything. Yeah. I was that looks pretty fun to do.
All right. And how did you get your first board?
My older sister bought me one for my birthday.
Okay.
It was a Walmart Mongoose board.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember those.
yeah, dude, the classics. Yeah. The first ones. There's a lot of people I would say kind of start with those, but
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
was the first one right there.
Yeah, I mean, I consider that when you're a kid that you see skateboarding, so you want to and your parents are okay, well, let's get you something
mm-hmm.
from the swap meet or whatnot or Walmart. And then you just learn on that kind of your balance maybe, or me, I bomb hills with it.
Oh yeah,
but they were slow and safe.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get older, you're okay, this is a real skateboard.
Yeah, you see the difference right away,
yeah.
And I feel you can advance more with the real one.
Oh, for sure.
The Mongoose one, it's good how you're starting to get the balance.
Mm-hmm.
But to try some tricks on there, I'm surprised you said bombing hills too. I was what the.
Well, I mean, we weren't really going fast. I mean,
you get the idea.
Yeah. But I mean,
sense.
I didn't even know, but I learned, I guess, if you're regular or goofy, right?
Cause
you figure out which is forward for
mm-hmm.
you. But I did have the wrong push in the beginning, so that's all. Yeah.
You were pushing manga?
Yeah, unfortunately, for a long time, and
uh-huh.
I used to be I don't care what. And then I see it on video now, and I'm I cringe.
Yeah. now you're on the other end.
Yeah. Yeah, I fixed it.
No. I mean, when you see Mongo, you cringe.
Oh well, for me in my videos.
Okay. Oh, I see.
My old stuff, I'm ugh.
I started skating Mongo too.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know why. It just felt right.
Yep. For me, it was. I don't know.
It does kind of handicap your skating though. I feel a little bit, but.
It felt safe for me because I could keep all the weight on the back,
mm-hmm.
and the front would bounce, right? And if I kept my foot on the front, all my weight would be on the front. So
uh-huh.
I felt if I hit something, I'd easier to fall.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then for some reason I could always place my foot when you have to turn all the way back
mm-hmm.
around to get on your board. I could always place that foot in the heel flip position fast. So I don't know why. It's just I didn't have to do no wiggle foot. It was just boom, placed. But yeah, that's gone now.
That worked out though, because I'm for me, how I'm saying I started Mongo, but now when I skate switch, I can push switch.
Same
so
here.
It does work. Did you ever skate Mongo?
Yeah, I started Mongo, and then just like you said, it boosted my switch game up so much. So
yeah.
Kind of when you said it was a handicap, I was I think it's more of an advantage
mm-hmm.
because
later
when you start skating switch, it's
mm-hmm.
just you don't have to switch bongo push, or you look more cleaner, and then it's easier for you to pop and stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to switch. Yeah, exactly. Switch bongo push. Yeah, I was only saying the handicap thing because when you're skating, you just have to. It takes a little more second.
Yeah, to turn.
Yeah, and like but it's not like that bad. Like it's not like I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes every once in a while you might catch me do a bongo push just to get a fast because like. I got more power that way, and like maybe sometimes you might catch me do one if I need some extra speed, but
yeah,
you won't see it in a clip though.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully they know to cut that part out.
Just leave it in there and just zoom into
it. No.
Zoom in.
That'll be so funny.
What's his name's gonna come up on YouTube and be like, "Is that a violation I see?"
It's gonna be slow mode with the zooming in with the bongo push, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does help on long distance skates though.
Yeah.
Because you get to give the other leg a rest.
That's how originally I learned how to push regular too, because like I wouldn't walk up hills, I would skate them. So then once one leg got tired, I switched to the other leg.
Yeah.
You know, but then I'd have to wait for my friends to get up the hill.
Yeah, that's where you catch a breath, catch a break.
Oh,
and then when they're up there, you're like, "What? You guys are ready to go? Let's go!" And they think you're a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, but what about your first real board? How old were you? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I was like 13 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of what like made me get open into skating, to be honest, because it's a park right there in South Central called Bethune Park. It's like one of those prefab like metal skate parks that they like. It's like it's not skatable anymore because it's metal, so it's so ass.
But I wonder if it was one of those ones that Julio De La Cruz helped build back in the day.
Maybe, yeah. It's at a park called Mary McLeod Bethune Park in like South L.A. And one of the dudes, he was like maybe a junior or senior in high school, but he seen that I was like interested in skating and I had like a crappy Walmart board. And he was like, "Oh, put together, like how every skater has the box of just like old stuff." He swapped a whole bunch of pieces together and gave me like, I don't even know what parts it was or nothing.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Yep, exactly. Yeah,
that's what we called him.
And then it was a lot better than the wheels actually rolled. The board was actually like a real board.
It was a starter point.
Yeah. That thing actually lasted me a pretty good minute, to be honest.
It's like upgrading from Bones Reds to Bone Swisses now. Like
they rolls. Yep. And that kind of like that gave me like, oh yeah, skating's cool. Like I found something where like people are actually cool. Like they're not like
right.
Yeah. I didn't really know the guy. I just was at the skate park.
Like, let me hook up the little homie right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that kind of like stuck with me now. So I try to do things the same way. If I see somebody, the same thing, I'm like, oh yeah, let me be a little more inviting or opening, because I was on the other end.
Yeah.
A lot of times actually. That happened at skate parks as a grown. So
if I ever have some extra wheels or something in the bag and I hear these kids going around the skate park like, I'm like, I can't hear it. No, I don't want to hear it. So here's some wheels, buddy.
Yeah.
At least this one has one little flat spot, maybe. Like it doesn't have like 70.
Especially if you see them actually trying to skate.
Right.
That's like, oh man, this is gonna
speed
you need
you
this
up.
right now, right?
It's gonna help speed you up and stuff. Yeah. Dude, that's so rad. But shout out to that dude, man, hooking you up.
His name was Peter.
Peter.
So Peter, if you're out there and you see this, man, I don't remember his last name or anything, but this is this was like before social media, so I don't even know if he has an Instagram or anything like that. But
that's rad, and it taught you the same thing to like put it forward as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Him and then another dude, I probably should just mention him too because I see him a lot. His name's Andrew Cara.
Okay.
The same thing, because I was at Bethune Park. Then I started skating Roosevelt, and I remember I had like a crappy board trying to do like a kickflip off the launcher, and he was like one of the like dudes who was like actually sponsored at the time. You know what's trippy? He's the guy who fell in Baker 3 doing the lip slide. And he falls, eats it.
And that's like almost Scorpion.
It's that guy, yeah. So he was sponsored by Warning Skate Shop in South Central, and that's the skate shop that was right by the park. By that park, so it was like the local park for that skate shop, and he had like this blank board, and he just shot it to me. Same thing, like I probably still had that board that Peter gave me, to be honest.
Wow.
And then he gave me that one.
Yeah.
Went and just put it back on, came back super hyped, and was like, "This is Probably lasted me like another year, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, back then I'd skateboards till they had no nose and no tails, you know, like, and still, you know, be able to get them off the ground for somehow, you know. And And then you get someone gives you a used board that has more tail or more nose. You're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It probably lasted me that long because I don't know why. At first, my mom was very resistant to me skating. That's why my sister was the one who got me the board. My mom never wanted to get me the board. She'd never seen like
maybe get hurt or something.
Yeah, probably either get hurt or just like a waste of money or something. I don't know.
Do you think she already knew the lifestyle of it, like the baker lifestyle side of it?
Maybe that could be it. Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but once I guess I just got into it and she's seen that I was like not giving up. Like she was like, all right, I guess I gotta like start getting him stuff that he needs, you know. So
right.
The Ross DC shoes was like, that's where it was at though. That was the main skate shoes, and I would say Warning Skate Shop was where I started getting actually my first real board, like where I went in and bought something like off the wall and was like, okay,
that's cool.
And Grind King trucks, there you go.
Grind Kings. Yeah.
The
that
Elky?
That first feeling though when you go into a real skate shop. And you get to see them boards on the wall, man. Woo, ain't nothing like it.
Yeah. The workers there too. The workers at Warning Skate Shop, they were pretty cool. Pretty cool too. Yeah.
That's everything, because a lot of times it could be a little intimidating for a kid to go into a skate shop.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Like
yeah.
if you go with all your boys and your boys know what's up, yeah, that could be cool. You know, especially if you go with people that know what's up.
Yeah.
But if you're going like with me, like my first experience was with my mom's. Had to drive all the way to Huntington Beach to a surf shop that sold skateboards.
Oh damn!
So it was already like, whoa, this is like, and then you see that little section of dope boards. You're like, dude, I want the Sean Sheffy. They got it. Oh damn, that's mine right there.
That's wild that you said that though, because that barrier was probably way harder. Because I was just trying to get my mom to go down the street to go to the skate shop. You said you had to go to Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like as a big. Yeah, that's wild right there to think about.
And for her to spend like over $100, it was like, and she was like, "How much
like, to do what? Wait, so it could get destroyed?
Okay, all right, I'll take the blank wheels then. All right, the $10 wheels, and the cheapest everything else. You know."
And then once they start realizing how quick you're going through shoes too, they're just like, wow.
Oh
yeah.
That was after.
And that's when they're all like, "Where's the sales section?"
Yeah. That's why I mentioned the Ross thing, because I think that's the only time she's like, if you're gonna be just ripping these shoes, we're gonna buy them from there. Like, there's no.
Yeah.
And they usually just had like DCs. Sometimes they had audios, but I would just usually have those. Yeah. Those were your shoes. Those are the shoes. Yeah.
I mean, and now as we're older, I think it makes sense to us, because even when I go in now to buy skate shoes, first thing I do when I walk in the skate shop, I'm like, "Where's the discount rack?"
Yeah.
Or the two for $50, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know how those dudes be doing it, but those trendy dudes would be skating like it. I mean, I get it. If you can, by all means, but how you're saying, for me, no. Even if I buy like what I have to I go to the outlets.
Yeah.
If it's on sale, all right, cool. I don't care what color it is. Like, I'm gonna skate it anyways. Like,
especially when like you're having to upgrade your shoes like every month. You're like, if you're paying like $100 per shoe a month, that's a lot of money.
Hell yeah! Plus boards. Plus, if you're not sponsored and all that stuff, like
it could get pricey, man. Yeah, if you're out there doing the thing, yeah. And then like skate parks, I've always said this: like your board will last a little bit longer in a skate park.
Oh, that's true.
You start going to the streets, man. That thing could be done in a day.
That's true. Yep, it does, because the other side starts getting chipped and those little ridges rolling on the ground, like.
I mean, the dirtiness of just being in the streets, because the oil and everything that's out there, you know, like you come home dirty and those boards get beat up. Yeah, so man,
road rash,
big time. Yeah, dude. But I mean, dude, shout out to your first board, man, and Warning Skate Shop.
Warning Skate Shop. Yeah, that's where it was at. The owner, his son actually skated. So I think that's probably why they were like really cool with the skate scene and cool with skaters.
With kids too.
With kids, well. Yeah. I didn't show up. I showed up with my mom to the skate shop though, so I probably looked a little bad. But I was little.
Did you ever end up being like cool with them to the point where like they knew you as a local in that shop?
I actually rode for them for a little.
Oh, sick!
And actually that's where my boards are made from.
Oh no,
my Warning boards. Yeah, the George for Warning. He prints them. He has the the
press.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he linked me up where to get the heat heat transfers and how to like make a design. That's honestly the only reason why I've ever made boards was because it was just like
through that.
Yeah. I never like planned it or nothing or had the idea to it.
Mm-hmm.
It just was like, oh, you want to make some boards? I was like, oh, cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But I did because they opened up another one in HP.
Okay.
So I ended up getting put on the team for the HP because I lived there at the time.
Huntington Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Arturo and Moy. Those dudes. Yeah. They took care of me from the time when I was riding for them there.
You said Moy?
Moy?
Oh, Moy.
Yeah. He was the team manager at the time.
Okay.
And then he's the one who put me on. That was after I rode for this other skate shop called The Garage, though.
Okay.
The Garage, yeah. The one in East LA.
Yeah.
That one actually is like a really big, plays an important role, I guess, in everything that I do. Or what I've learned how to do with the OneSun thing. Because it was the main one. I think I got sponsored by them when I was like 16. I stood to them until I was like maybe like 20. So for like 4 years, I was on them. Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Then I went to Warning, though, because unfortunately, the Garage is like more youth.
Yeah.
Youth involved. So once I was like already hit 18, 19,
right.
It wasn't
pass the torch to the younger generation.
There you go. Yeah. So I went to Warning.
Yeah, but that's cool that I mean if people know that that's their plan for you, you know what I mean? Like you're only here because from this age to this age, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right. Then that's cool because that could be a perfect stepping stone if you want to pursue whatever, and it gives you some knowledge as well. Did they ever have you like skate in contests and stuff like that, or?
I never was that. Like I was like flow for them because I wasn't since I was always more with the Garage. They had their main riders who they put a lot of their they've been with them since the beginning. So that's why they're like, oh yeah, if people were skating contests, it was those riders, or people were doing stuff, it was them. Okay. They just hooked me up with like boards to keep me riding, and then they would like if I did something like in the streets, they would like repost it or something like that. Like,
that's all good too.
Or and then we would go on street sessions. They were filming a video for a while, but there was like night sessions. They put the generator out and everything like that. And we would.
That's gotta feel cool too.
Yeah, that was like the first time I ever did a night session like that. So that felt pretty cool. That's and then plus just meeting other riders from the team and stuff. That was cool.
So I'm guessing you made a lot of connections and a lot of friendships through that, growing up in the skate shop, being sponsored and all that.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And a lot of that helped too with like starting OneSun, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yep, that's why I mentioned with the Garage thing, because when I started, I first started skating CASL contest. I was doing them with Daryl Norman Jr. Yeah. He's actually the one. Shout out to Daryl. Thank you for helping me put this together, because he's the one who told me about it.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, dude, you got to do it. And I was like, honestly, like
this show?
Yeah.
That's rad.
He's like, I'm going to do one and everything. And I'm so bad with my, like, I don't know what it is, but my messages are disorganized. I have people that, like, I just don't even.
You haven't responded yet.
Yeah, they just keep going down and stuff like that. And I get overwhelmed or something. I don't know. But I was like, you know what? Like, I need to stop. I'm trying to.
It gets over, like, especially, like, for me, like, because I start, like, asking people to come on the show, too. So, So, like, I got to give this person, like, I start asking people, but I got to give them at least a day, to respond back, But after that one day, then I got to move on to the next person if they don't respond, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes then that slot gets filled, and then they call me, then they hit me back and say, oh, yeah, I'm down, dude. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, well, now I got this date available.
Yeah.
Can you come in then? You know, like, so it does, because, like, you're trying to, you got to, and then I got so many people that I got to, and I got to keep notes and everything, so I know when I asked, what day I asked for. Yeah.
It gets, I think it's too, because especially when you start running multiple accounts and everything like that, it's like, holy shit, like,
I kind of laid back on my own account. I've been just pretty much focused on Where the Locals Sk8 account.
There you go. Yeah. That's probably what I need to adopt right there.
If I'm getting some clips, it's gonna go on my account. Yeah, but most of the stuff is based off of this account. Yeah.
So it was tripping, because he told me, he's like, yeah, see if you could get like on the show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I looked up to the account, and you had already hit me
I had
up.
already hit you up.
So I was like,
that's cool.
I was like, dude, this was so long ago too. How did I miss this? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, what the?
You did respond with that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so that's why I was like, this is like kind of perfect. I was like, this is a. I don't thank you, Daryl, for at least telling me that. So when I seen it, I was like, what the?
yeah.
All right. Now
That's dope.
that kind of made me think too. Like I need to start realizing what my messages are because I'm getting missed opportunities like that.
You didn't
But-
know, but
Mhm.
see that it wasn't missed. I would still hit you back again, probably in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I think it like things happen for a reason. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
the timing is everything.
That's
so.
true. Yeah, that is a lot. That is very true. Yeah, because I feel like right now is a good time in a place where I'm at mentally.
That's what I
think
felt,
so.
yeah.
That's perfect because now I have a little bit more to talk about, and I feel a little more comfortable with people being like, "Oh, I would rather watch that. I wouldn't want someone to watch me in a bad space, in a bad place." There you go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. So it did
Right.
work out. Oh, but my bad. We were talking about the CASL thing.
The castle.
Yeah.
So that's how I met Daryl because he was the judge at the CASL contest. I was skating the CASL contest at first. I did good there. They ended up taking me to like the State Games of America thing because they did like when you win the CASL contest,
Mhm.
you're able to go to
The next thing.
the next thing.
Right.
It was pretty trippy though because at the time when I did it, like I got second place and I didn't really get anything for it. But then like a couple years later, the people who skated the contest, they were like prerequisite to skate in the Olympics.
Huh.
So it was like, fuck, like the year when I went, it wasn't like,
Mhm.
the organization wasn't involved in the Olympics thing.
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, oh, I mean, I guess so, but it was still cool. Like I had my prime and my fun with it. And when I hit 18, I got a job for CASL. So I was judging and then like temporary emceeing when Daryl couldn't.
Okay.
And then with the garage, he was always doing pop-up events
Mm-hmm.
at skate parks for kids and everything. And he would have me coordinating it. He showed me like how to, I guess, be on the mic. And I was
Right.
learning at the time from then, like how to just be in front of people and coordinate events and crowd manage and throw
That's
a
so
contest and everything. And then I
That's
did
cool.
also
That's
see
cool,
him.
yeah, because you got to go in there with a game plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
just like if you don't know what's going on, you can let these kids could get out of control.
Yeah,
You know what
for
I mean?
sure. Yeah, for sure. That's one of the things I can kind of say that works out with the OneSun events is like everyone has a good time there. And I feel
Mhm.
like because of the crowd controlling and knowing like this is what's happening, this is in the middle of that, this is what's happening, the layout, it's always been like works to the favor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I did see him how he got his sponsors and everything like that. So that also helps me. Like when I reach out to sponsors, I kind of just like did the same thing he's doing. So that's one of the things that I would say was helped me with OneSun and knowing how to throw events and coordinate them and stuff like that. Yeah, or learning it as well because I didn't just like randomly know how to do it. It was all because of that stuff.
I mean, it's so crazy because you were just naturally just doing it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You just naturally went with the flow. Okay, we're gonna do this. Cool. Oh yeah, you want me on the mic? Okay. And then you know it's a little scary at first. But,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you just do it and you're like, it's cool.
Yeah,
I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Daryl was a pretty big inspiration for that too because he was like so nonchalant on that, and he was like that was one of the things that kind of made me think like, hey, I would be down to try that too. Like, so
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's a trip because you got to
Mhm.
kind of like just lock in and just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool too. And then when I do it for CASL too, sometimes like it's a good feeling when the parents come up to you and then they tell you like good experiences or like thank you for making my kid feel good or something like that,
Right,
you know,
right.
like, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like so it's also it's very like fulfilling.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say
Mhm.
rewarding.
There you go. Yeah,
fulfilling,
rewarding. Yep,
rewarding.
yep.
Yeah. That's amazing, dude.
Mhm.
And shout out to Daryl again, man. That's so cool.
Yeah. Got some good memories of that guy.
All right. Are you goofy or regular?
Regular.
Regular?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Local spots you skated, like street or park? Because you did mention some parks, but let's
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
some streets.
Some streets. Let's see. I skate downtown a lot. That's usually like that was always the hot point. Like let's say if we were at a skate park and it's
Mhm.
like, oh, let's catch a bus and go street skating. It was downtown LA. I've been recently skating this rail in Downey, the riverbed rail.
Okay.
That's probably like the thing that I only could say I've been skating in the streets lately.
Is it the one off of Firestone?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like the only spot I've been going to, I would say.
Right there by golf and stuff, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
When they filmed
yeah.
Karate Kid.
Is that where they filmed it?
One of the parts, yeah.
Oh, damn, yeah, okay. No, I didn't even know that. No, that's wild, yeah.
Dude, they filmed a couple other shows there because I've been watching like some stuff on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed that, that's what I was watching. I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where they get moved to Miami and the main characters are working at golf and stuff.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I had golf and stuff there. And I was like, wait, are they filming in the river? Where are they filming at?
No,
golf and stuff.
Yeah, so I was like,
oh,
what?
yeah. That's random.
That's the same thing with the Karate Kid, the golf and stuff.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not the riverbed.
Yeah. That's what I was sure. I'm thinking about
there karate.
I'm thinking about the spot. That's why my bad. But you did say golf and stuff. You're like right there, golf and stuff, and then it went to that. Yeah, my bad.
Well, all right. So that's the spot you're skating right now.
That's probably like the most recent one. I haven't really been in the streets, to be honest.
That's all good.
Yeah. Been more at the parks. I've been skating Village a lot.
Village,
yeah. The Paramount Skate Park.
Okay.
That's the one I've been skating.
How's that park?
Honestly, it's trippy because it's one of the oldest parks, like one of the first parks that kind of got built. And it's probably the one that still is the most popping for being old.
Yeah,
because
is that the one where you do the blunt on the it's kind of like an A-frame type of rail?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that one right there. Because it has like a good transition and it has some street and it has like a kiddie side. So that one I would say still gets people going and like pros still go skate there. Like Chris Johnson goes.
I have to go check it out.
What's his name? Sierra Fellers. Like a lot of good people go and just. Like, I've even seen Day One there, but that was a long time ago. I don't know if he still goes now because Harbor City's there.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying, like, how all these new parks got built. Like, if you go, like, let's say, like, Lincoln Skate Park. Or the Hazard one, the Diamond.
The Diamond one?
Like, when you go there, those things are like ghost towns.
Yeah.
Because El Sereno's right there. So, like, all these newer parks, you got Mayberry. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to Paramount, it still holds up. Like, it's still... People are still going. That's like the only park that I say that people can still for being that old.
Yeah,
but it's cool.
I mean, La Habra. I mean, we love La Habra still. It's pretty old. You know, I remember skating that back in early 2000s. You know,
which one is the La Habra one?
It's off of Whittier in Idaho.
Oh wait,
right next to the It's a Boys and Girls Club in the high school.
With that long rail. The long one that's like on top of the pyramid.
On the top of the
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those rails, but they didn't build those handrails too good, but still, it's still a fun part.
Yeah. I've actually skated that rail. I like skating that thing. Yeah, it's cool because it's low and square.
Yeah,
so it's scary. Yeah, but it's cool.
It's so low.
It's cool, yeah.
It's weird. True, like that one's too low for me, and yet the ones at the other parks are a little too high for me. Like I think I could do the one in the back of LP, the one that goes to the big wave.
Oh, the flat bar.
The flat bar one, yeah. I think I can hit that one because it looks lower than the other one. But it's just longer.
Yeah.
It's just like, and it's almost
and
like
round.
It's flat. It's a flat.
The
square.
one in La Puente. Oh,
La Puente. Yeah, it's
okay.
There's no square one in there.
Yeah, it's
square.
round.
It's square in the back. The one that goes towards the
big roll in.
Yeah.
Isn't it round?
Yeah, it's round.
Yeah. The flat bar, right?
It's a flat bar, but it's square.
No, it's round.
It's not. Trust me. I was gonna jump on it.
There's no way.
I have a picture of Rudy doing front crook on it.
I've skated it before too, so that's why.
Not the flat bar on the bot. Not the one on the
floor.
Not the floor one.
The one going down.
The one going down.
Where the Euro gap's at.
To go up the wave.
See. That one is square.
The handrail one.
The handrail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that one's low enough to jump on.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking.
No, not the flat bar.
Yeah.
No.
You're talking about flat surface bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that but it's just longer.
Yeah.
It's funny. I did see this like on a skateboarding page on Instagram recently. People were debating about like what a flat bar is and stuff like that. But that's basically what some people determine it as. If the rail's flat, even if it goes down, it's a flat bar,
right? And
then some people are like, it's just even if it's square around, as long as it's flat, it's a flat bar. That's how I always thought it was too.
I thought the same way.
Yeah. That's why we were both kind of like, wait, it is flat, but I think he was talking about
the handrail.
The handrail being flat.
Yeah, that was the handrail square.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the flat bar on flat.
yeah.
But the flat bar that goes down, I call it a flat bar still, but yeah, it's that goes down because it's not really a handrail to me.
Or you know,
it's like a bank rail.
It's a
That's
bank
what I would
rail.
call it, a bank rail. Yeah.
Another one I've heard is people call it down rails.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Or even like a hubba, they won't call it a hubba. They'll be like, oh, let's skate the down box.
Down box.
Oh,
that's
damn,
true.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what
down
they call
ledge.
it at La Habra.
Yeah, La Habra,
yeah,
like they call the little hubba.
Mm-hmm.
They call it a down box. And I was like, I never heard that one.
Yeah. People just
That
love
makes
it
more
for
sense because
the
the hubba I
terminology.
would pick a little bigger,
Mhm.
you know, a little higher.
No, it would be crazy. Actually, now this gave me a good idea. It's a skate dictionary.
Well,
That would be
they may
good.
have it.
They may have one. Yeah, I feel
They
like the
may
dude
have
who did the skate book, he might have one.
Yeah.
But now that'd be kind of cool. You just think about it. It's like perfectly. It's like an actual dictionary.
That'd actually be pretty sick.
The Webster skate.
But it's funny
dictionary.
because even when I was a kid, I used to think like, oh, I used to do 180 to switch 5-0, right?
Mhm.
But now they're like, no, it's 180 nose grind. I'm like, no, but I'm not. I turned around, now I'm switch. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, no,
Mhm.
but you're still on your nose.
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can go into
we
a
can
hard-
debate this whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Let us know in the
We
comments.
can, make
Hold
a, we
up.
can make a whole episode on this.
What do you call it?
Is it a
Let us
nose
know.
grind or no overcook? Let us know. Just kidding.
You know?
That's the type of thing.
All right. Well, did you watch videos growing up too as well? Did they inspire you? Anything out there?
Yeah. I got some good ones. We were just talking about it earlier. We just were watching it again. Me and my friend Elementality.
Okay.
That one was a classic for me. Got that one like at a yard sale, and so that was like one of my first skate videos.
Sick.
That's crazy. At a yard sale?
Yeah, at a yard sale. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's like the
Mhm.
most randomest place to find a skate video for me.
I found that and another one, a VHS one.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Mike V one. It was like called On the Road to Pro or something like that. It was more about like just his life.
Yeah.
Skating it wasn't like a skate video, but it was so random. But that was like I would say maybe the first openings of me having skating, to seeing it like outside of just like, oh, seeing it at the park. I got to see like
Right.
actual tricks, and Mike V was one of the ones. So I started with doing a lot of bonuses
Okay.
when I first started skating. I used the hands a lot.
I feel like
Yeah,
Mike
that's
V
cool.
influenced a lot of people because
Mhm.
he was an influence on me because I loved
Mhm.
the boneless. I remember just sitting at the parks at tables and I'm like, boneless off the table.
Yeah,
boneless
yeah.
off of everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Fast plans, cavemans, like
Yeah,
all that
that's cool.
stuff. Yeah. It was funny that I don't know what video it is, but like if I find it online, it's like he's just like driving in this like wagon. He's going across country and stuff, and he's like he shows him getting into fights with like these dudes, and he's like
Well,
fighting 3 people at
I've
once.
seen
and
that.
shit, like,
Well, we've all seen that clip.
that
for
one,
sure.
yeah. So I think it's in that video right there. So
Dude,
it's in
that's That's when I like
crazy.
Mike V.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, the Elementality one. I do also remember seeing That's Life a lot.
Uh-huh.
Foundation.
That's a good video.
Mhm.
There.
And then like high school days, it was like Baker 3.
Okay.
Baker 3 was like the main one, I would say. Always playing Baker 3.
Baker 3 is a good one.
Uh-huh.
What about, did you get into any like the Zero Fallen or like girls or anything like that? Or
I seen Yeah Right. That
Okay.
was a good one. And
Yeah.
it's funny that you said that too, because I just was talking about this with somebody else. Another like skater that I knew back in the day. I seen him at the skate park, and I was like, dude, it would have been so crazy. Like, why couldn't we idolize like girl skaters or the Yeah Right videos instead of Baker?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have to think that drinking and smoking was
Yeah.
like part of the culture. Like I was like, yeah, dude, because it's like so crazy to just be like, oh, let's go skate. It's not like, all right, now let's get a pack of beer, or you know. Like that
Right.
video we were just talking about. Like, oh, that was a good sesh.
Yeah.
Starts rolling up and shit. Like,
Yeah.
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 I was just watching an Antoine Dixon thing where,
Mhm.
where like it wasn't Antoine himself talking about it, but they were saying that like whoever was like kind of like narrating it was saying like maybe Antoine's career would have gone different if he would have stuck to ass and chocolate instead
Oh,
of going
yeah.
over to Baker and then being
Mhm.
under those influences, you know.
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
So that,
I mean, you never know, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, those Baker videos influence a lot of kids
Mhm.
to go that route.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because that was the cool thing.
At the
Yeah.
time, yeah, it was the
Yeah,
cool.
but
Yeah.
was like
my
the-
my era was more like, I don't know, like we were doing like dumb stuff. Like we were watching like a lot of CKY and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So we're just driving into bushes. You know, like you just mimic what you see as a kid. You know what I mean? So we're doing that stuff and like thinking pushing someone in a shopping cart down a hill was cool.
Yeah, so like we were when I started skating, we were like at the end of that, and then just like you said, here comes Baker, boom. Fuck it, we're all rock stars. We're gonna be. I want to be like Greco. I want to be like Ellington. I want to be like
Tight
Reynolds.
Pants came in. And I'm like, oh no, that changed everything. I was like, I couldn't get with it.
The Corey Duffer look.
Nope.
It did, huh? That's when I did start. I remember around that time, I didn't skate in, like, well, tight jeans wasn't in the wardrobe,
right?
But I remember like if you were skating, tight jeans was a thing. So then I remember like sewing the jeans was probably like one of the things to do. Like if you wanted to have the tight jeans, you would get them sewn so
like tighter. Yeah, and then I would like look at my brother wearing those pants. I'm like, dude, how do you wear those jeans? He's like, they're stretchy jeans. They're like stretchy pants. Like, kind of like, I'm like, dude, all right.
Then like the thick jean material.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, those are some good videos, I would say.
What about like, were you into any of the magazine videos? You know how like Trans would bring out videos?
Oh yeah. I just would see the mag minutes a lot.
Okay.
Those were probably the ones I would see. The videos, it kind of was, YouTube was barely like popping up at the time when so it kind of transitioned a little more to there. You know what is trippy though? Is I do remember this thing called I don't know if you remember, it was called Comcast. It was like a cable company.
I remember Comcast.
So they had this thing called video on demand,
right?
And there was this thing where like it was called Sports School, and they had like a bunch of things where you could learn like how to swim, magic tricks, like you would just watch them. But there was skating ones on there.
That's crazy.
I used to watch that, and there was like real pros, like Chris Cole, like Day One, I think, like a bunch of people were on there just teaching you like basic stuff of how to, like Braille, but before Braille was there. Yeah, which was trippy. So that was one of the things I used to see too. That's like crazy. To at least watch skating.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
It's random to think about now, but I was like, dang, I can't remember like that they actually did do that. They were Braille before Braille.
Yeah.
It was before it all went onto the internet.
Yeah. So it was just cable TV on demand. Yeah.
Okay, Wayne's World's version of skateboarding.
That's so sick. Yeah. All right. What's your board setup? What are you riding?
I got a Santa Cruz right now with some Thunders 148s. I got some Bones wheels and Bronsons.
Bronson bearings. What
yeah.
shape do you ride?
I got the STFs. Not the OGs, the V5s.
Oh,
like the square
wheels?
ones.
Okay.
Yeah, like
what about the ones? What about the board? What size?
825.
825?
Yeah.
All right.
I tried a primitive board the other day. I realized I like my boards flat.
Okay.
Like really mellow concave. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm the same way, dude. Like I don't know if you've ever felt it, but I don't like when you feel like the gap of the concave under your arch.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah. No, I can't do that either.
Yeah, it's like it bugs you.
Yeah, I used to like the Santa Cruz VX boards because they had a big nose on it, but it was a little too steep.
Yeah.
But it had good pop. It had great pop. But once I fell in love with the twin paddle board, I'm like, I was done with the Santa Cruz. The only thing I miss is the VX part about it. That the boards last so long.
Is it like a carbon fiber thing?
The carbon fiber, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're only like 5 plies and they're so light.
Oh,
and
damn.
Like, the only thing is though, like they would last so long, the pop would be there, but you would get, if you got razor tail on those things because they're so thin, that tail would be sharp.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
It'd be dangerous.
You pick it up and you start getting like the carbon fiber.
Or just getting like hitting yourself with it hurts, you know? Like letting the board come back around and hit you.
Fucking shark bite.
Yeah.
We sliced through.
Yeah. But I'm on chocolate boards right now. So.
Okay. Yeah. Chocolates are good. I've never had a chocolate, but I've had a girl board once.
Yeah, I think the next shape I have is gonna be the girl one because, I supported my local shop and got me another twin paddle, but this one's sorry Chris Roberts, but it's what's his name, Sean Malto's board. Oh no, Rick McCrank. So I don't have to apologize. For that. Yeah.
I have to stay away from Creole Tat. They did me dirty, and now I think they're cursed for me.
Cursed for you?
Yeah. After I broke my finger.
Oh no! Okay. On the Creole Tat board.
Yeah. I had freshly set one up. was crossing the street and I hit those little bumpies on the sidewalk and my pinky broke. And I was like, nope, never riding again Crail Taps, because I set up a Crail Tap board fresh. And I was like, never again.
It shakes
all Crail behind them too. Look at them.
That's true.
I'm in a Crail house.
You are. Hell yeah!
It's like a nightmare. It's like an escape.
You can't escape it.
It's like that nightmare we wake up and it's like
they're just there. Yeah.
Is there a board brand that done that to you before, that you like maybe got some bad juju and now you don't ride it?
I can't say injuries, but
but like just maybe a snap the same day.
So I didn't want to say it, but it was girl.
It was girl. Okay.
Girl, and then the next one was Baker.
The Baker one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those boards, both days, brand new. Set them up, snapped.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen, and then it'll deter you from buying it again.
Yeah.
You know,
that's exactly what happened. I bought both of those boards, so I was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna buy these boards again. Yeah. So that's the only thing. Yeah.
I had something like that with Zero. Brand new, first day, just finished setting it up. Go ollie the fucking 3-star West Coast, and my board snaps, and I was like, $50? Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, I could have just bought a shop vac.
Exactly. Yeah. It might have lasted longer. Yeah. But sometimes you do just land wrong or something, you know, or it could have been something.
Bad batch of wood.
I feel, and sometimes I feel like you're jumping down something on a freshie. I feel like sometimes you gotta like crack them up a little bit.
You know,
like break them in a little bit. You know,
so the wood's not as stiff.
Right.
So
yeah.
You know what
I mean? Like what would Professor Smith say? You gotta break all those nanotubes.
No, but I do get that, because like now when I get a freshie, I don't know if you guys do it too. I'll be like, oh, it's a freshie, so I'm gonna have to like skate some ledges, manis.
Well, that's a smart thing to do, right?
Jumping off anything big.
Yeah, for sure. You do gotta get used to the board.
Yeah, that too.
Unless you're getting the exact same board, then I would say you do kind of gotta get used to it a little bit more, and then ride it out.
Yeah.
And then I would say break it in a little more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's talk about OneSun then. Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
Let's get into that. When did you start that, and why did you start that?
Back to the garage again then. So as a skater sponsored by him, he was always encouraging like the kids to start something. Like, you guys got to do your own thing. You guys got to start your own thing.
That's sick.
And I always was intrigued and wanted to be like a business dude and everything. So that was kind of right up my alley. And then, I had the concept of the idea, because I used to have this book in high school where I used to just doodle in. And there was always the logo of the sun that I would just draw. So I kind of was like, oh, well, that could be a logo. And then the name of it originally was OneSun. OneSun L.A. And then I just felt like OneSun sounded better. And then I changed it. But I started it probably when I was like 19, like the concept of it. The idea. And then I'm going to say...
Did you do like t-shirts first, or like...
I just did grip tape.
Grip tape? Okay, grip tape.
I would stencil grip tape.
Sick.
Yeah. And then I stenciled it. I just used that. I used that stencil, and I had a sweater, and I stenciled that logo onto a sweater. I was dating this chick in Bell Gardens High School at the time. She wore the sweater to school and told me that people were asking her about the sweater. So it just gave me the idea, like, oh, well, maybe I should make...
There's a demand.
Yeah. I was like, maybe I should make clothes. Like, that seems kind of... Sound more like, seems like the right thing to do. Like, something's telling me to do it, or whatever.
I feel like that's the next step, right?
Yeah. Because I was just spray painting the boards and thinking that would be like the most of it. I'd maybe just do grip tape. He had a screen printing setup right there though, so he was always trying to get me to make shirts.
That's cool.
But I never. That's where I was like, okay, cool. Now I could probably do that. So I never actually did do making shirts with him though. Because that was how I was saying I was already like 19 when I started doing that. So I think like right when I was 18 turning 19 is when I was leaving the garage. So I went. I didn't use his resources for making the shirts. So I never.
You never got it.
Never got to do it. Yeah.
Okay. But that's cool that it started off as a little concept and then it just grew into something. Because it's how most things happen, man. Like my homie started calling me Skate Show, and now all of a sudden I'm like, all right. And another dude who I was working with, did what we were doing didn't work out. And it's like she's like, do your own thing, and I'm like, maybe I will. You know what I mean? And bam, I started making T-shirts and stuff like that, and it was cool, man. And then just getting recognized, like at events and stuff, which really helped out. And then, like start doing lighters and like koozies and a bunch of stuff just to hand them out and as a fun project. It
becomes a brand becomes a brand and a movement.
But it helps really get my name out there for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm saying. Like I had already knew who you were online.
That's cool.
But we never like actually met in person. So this was another.
A lot of guests are like that, man. We all know each other through Instagram. We're all friendly and stuff. But then, then we finally get to meet because of the show.
Because of the show. Yep, that's cool. True. Yep. Hell
yeah. Yeah. All right. So and then One Love, and I like that. You say that's a positive light in the dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's basically kind of what I guess the mission of the brand would be, because how I was saying,
let's talk about you a little bit too, because I know you had a little struggle. If you want to talk about it.
Yeah. I didn't grow up with the best. That's how I'm saying. My mom didn't really want to buy the board. I would say mostly because she didn't really see spending the money like that because we couldn't. I'm like the fifth kid. I was the youngest kid. I got four older siblings, so it was a pretty big family. We didn't like live in the best. That's why I'm saying like the majority of the time I probably was like living with relatives. I never like lived with my mom.
You say you moved around a lot.
Yeah. So that's the reason why. Is because I was like bouncing off like from like staying with this aunt, staying with this relative. But once I started skating, like that was no matter where it was I was at or what I was doing, I was just skating.
That was the positivity. Yeah.
There it was, That was the thing that kept me from... I mean, to be completely honest, my family is heavily like gang affiliated. That's how I lost my dad, because he was like murdered because he was like involved in some stuff. Yeah. My brother, my older brother, he was in jail. He's already like a two-striker doing the same thing. So that was like the same thing I was kind of doing, but I wanted something different.
Skateboarding kind of took you away from that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm glad that I did find skateboarding, because how I'm saying, then I went to the garage, got sponsored.
Right.
And it's a really funny story how I ended up getting sponsored by the garage though. I think it's funny, worth mentioning. But that chick I was talking about when I was dating in high school, she went to Bell Gardens High and I went to HP High, and we had this like scare where I was like 16, 17 maybe, and we thought, oh yeah, she might get pregnant or something. So we went to Planned Parenthood. It was right across the street from the garage skate shop. We went to the
where's the funny part here? No, just kidding.
We went to the Planned Parenthood to get a Plan B pill to make sure because we didn't want to have a baby because we were young.
Right.
It wasn't like obviously she just thought like, oh, you might have.
Right.
Yeah. There wasn't no.
Yeah.
There wasn't no. Oh, I'm pregnant already.
It's like a scare.
Yeah. So it was just like a scared thing. She just wanted to feel safe and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm down, But right after that, we went to the garage because the garage was right across the street. I had never been there. As soon as I walk in,
don't tell me you bought a Plan B board.
No. I went in to get grip tape for a board that I had. I bought a toy machine board off of my homie.
Okay.
He was selling like these warped boards that his dad had got. So he sold me like a toy machine board for like $20, and I was like, hey, cool, I need grip tape for it. I'll go into that skate shop. But when I went in there, he already knew who I was. And it was kind of a little bit better because my girlfriend was like a little bit like, she was like amazed because this guy's like talking great about me. He's like, I seen you at this contest. You got second place that they had at Roosevelt, which he did.
Yeah.
And Vincent Lavanos was the guy who was like emceeing it that day.
Oh, that's cool.
And he was like, oh, well, you should ride for the garage and start doing all that stuff. And that is what opened everything up for the skateboarding thing. Like I found like kind of like a home right there, I guess you could say.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was all just from walking in that day, from being there. Because I had never been to that side of town because it was in East LA.
Right.
I was in HP at the time. So I was like,
just went in for grip.
Yeah, just waiting for grip, and then it ended up kind of low-key changing my life a little bit, because I did do a lot of stuff because of that. Like I said, I went to CASL. I ended up skating in a contest in Vans Warped Tour. Like, had this thing called the Mini Ram Showdown, where they had a half pipe right there, and there was people skating.
I remember
like
those.
Yeah. So I got to compete in that, go to the Warped Tours, like basically as like an athlete type of thing.
Right, right.
So it was a good experience. Like, it was cool. That kept me away from thinking of doing all that stuff. And plus, I honestly was super depressed at the time, too, because of how I'm saying I had just lost my dad.
Right.
That was, like, one of the things that was
traumatic.
like, oh, yeah, it keeps me from, like, I felt like I was actually doing something. And, like, I had something to, like, wake up to do. Like, I literally would, like, wake up.
You had a purpose now.
There you go, Wake up, go to the park, skate, and then, cool. I mean, it was cool while it lasted. But...
Well, that's good, man. That's good. That's positive. And then for you to start your own thing and, get that positive light in the dark, that's perfect.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I adopted that mission, because if I did... Skateboarding was that light. So I feel like if I can at least push that for other people... I'm not going to say like it was completely good, because, I mean, skateboarding at that time... It was helping me a lot, but then as I got older, more and more things happened, and
of course, it's life.
And it just eventually took a toll. So I didn't I guess I didn't go any further than where I was at that point, because I started doing bad things, bad habits, and it took over.
Substance abuse, right?
There you go. Yeah, I started substance abuses and doing bad things.
I saw your story, because you do have a story on YouTube, so I did listen to it. And,
thank you.
And you do dig into that a little bit, what you've gone through, and like if anybody out there, please go check it out, because I mean it's real. I mean, people go through that, you know. And you said that you don't want to be like, oh, woe's me but like, dude, when the stuff that people go through, you have to be like, listen, this is what happened to me, and and then we're gonna deal with it. But people, you can't be worried about what people are going to think, You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. So I'm learning that now more, so I'm trying to be a little more open with it, too. And plus, it's how you're saying, it could help
the next person. Because, like the next person, whoever may be watching this, that may be going through the same thing, and they're bottling it up inside. That's terrible to do,
Yeah.
You never know. You may think you're fine, but one day that'll come out.
And then the good thing about putting stuff like that out there is, like, someone's gonna see it and be like, okay, maybe I am not the only one going through these problems, these issues. Yeah. Now maybe they can reach out to you and be like, hey man, how did you get through? And you can be like a mentor almost at that point.
Yeah, hell yeah. Help him overcome the situation, and at least know he's not.
Or guide him like to things that helped you, and be like, you try this, man, because it's me.
I mean, just stay on your board. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Mostly, if you're a skater, just keep moving forward, and like if you have a good head on your shoulders, and if you have that little voice in you that that, hey, like what's right and what's wrong, hey, just pick and choose, what road you want to take at that very moment, because it could possibly change your life forever. You
for sure. Yep. And I think skateboarding skateboarding is a good motivation for those types of things. I do remember before the show you were saying that you also have been on the journny to stop drinking and stuff that, and you haven't been drinking, and it's been for skateboarding.
Yeah, it's just been for skateboarding.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like with that, like how I was saying, when I started doing with the substance abuse, I wasn't thinking about skateboarding. I wasn't thinking about progressing. But when I started going back to like, oh, I actually want to skate, like I want to do something. In order to do that, I had to not be abusing substances or not be drinking all the time, or change my mindset, change my habits and stuff. So was a good motivation for that. So I feel like when I lost it, I wasn't there anymore. I was fogged. So that's kind of one of the things I would hope for the mission for OneSun to be. Not really more like a skate brand, more like I would say like a facility, like a youth facility thing.
Okay.
A lot of the people who I've been working with, like Lean App, they have a nonprofit thing. Like they're always telling me like, you got to like just make a nonprofit. Like that's basically everything I kind of am doing is sort of related towards that, working at that thing. So that's probably one of the next steps that I will do, and try to do like something where it's more like a center for underprivileged youth
right,
type of
right,
thing.
Right.
Where
that's cool.
People who need it can basically what the garage did for me. Yeah,
right,
yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Safe, a safe place.
There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm.
That's so rad. And shout out to Lean App as well.
Yeah, yeah. Amelia, she helps a lot. Mm-hmm. She does a lot for skateboarding and provides with the with the events too. It's crazy how that works though. Like how I'm saying with the nonprofit thing.
Right.
Like before, like let's say if I did an event without her, it wouldn't be as easy to get some sponsors. But once you have the nonprofit involved, people are more willing to, because they're supporting like a good cause and it helps them out with their businesses, like financially, tax wise and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all write-offs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
I mean, a lot of these companies have to, like, you know, people out there that they have to spend a certain amount of money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And if they don't get to get the same. You know, or they have to. Yeah. You know, so sometimes they gotta get rid of merch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
I mean? Might as well take advantage of you if that works. Yeah. So that's exactly kind of what I've been doing with that. I know sometimes. Yeah. Like when I did my first event, it was called Skate Date.
Right.
It was the concept was guy-girl teams skateboarding. Okay. It actually was pretty good. It was at El Sereno.
That's kind of cool.
But all I did was I found emails on LinkedIn for people who were like reps for the company, and I emailed them. And how you're saying, I guess they needed some stuff they needed to get rid of. They're like, "You're doing this.
That's cool.
Here you go." Like, and I was like, "Okay, cool." Like,
yeah.
One time though, how I'm saying this, when I did it with another company, I don't want to like name drop and stuff, but they told me that they couldn't do it because they were so big, that company, because they didn't have a contract of like something with since I wasn't a nonprofit. Right. They couldn't do it. But what they did is they told me how to find a loophole around it, and they did it to a skate shop that they have a contract with. So they were able to donate to that skate shop, and that skate shop gave it to me. Right. And then, so that's how
cool.
It worked. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So there's
always ways around it usually. Yeah.
Well, what I think is cool about that is like how you said it was a big company.
Yeah.
But they didn't exactly shut you down because they're like, hey, we're a big company, we can't do it, peace out.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, we can't directly help you, but if you go here, you can do something.
Yeah, that was sick. That was super sick. Yeah.
Not a lot of big companies will go that far to help out.
Yeah, and they came through.
That's it.
It was with Two Felons.
I was thinking that's probably the guys that I was, because I know she works with them as well.
Yeah. So it was with Two Felons. Yeah, we did one. We did. It was at Mayberry Skate Park. We did that one that year.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. It was cool.
How long ago was this?
This was like
because I mean I was skating when they built that park, so I might have been there.
This was that event. Maybe. This was we were doing this. We started like in pandemic year when I was doing the events.
Right.
Mostly. It was 2021 maybe when like the prime time
and
when I was.
That's when I think Two Felons was giving out lunches too to that skate park during the summertime and stuff like that when the kids were out of school.
I know they did do one. They did one with Punk Rock Tom when the one dude from the Thrasher magazine was there.
Right.
I had went to that one, and that was like around the time when we did ours.
Okay.
But we did ours.
I've been to a few events that they had there.
Oh, okay.
They've done one, I think, with Unmodern. They did one, I think you had one there, right?
Yeah.
And then also the Tom one with the punk band and stuff like that. Those are the three I remember going to.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, so it might have been. I can't remember exactly when it was. But I know it was around like 2021. Okay. 2020.
Because I mean,
couldn't have been 22.
That park is like 3 minutes away from here, so it's
oh yeah. So for sure, Two Felons was posting it up too. So if I'm saying if you're always linked up with them, you might have been there for sure because they were promoting it as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's always fun doing those things. Yeah. We get some good content out of them
for sure.
People get some free stuff.
That's always the best part, man. Like just giving back, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what it's for.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. It's a fun time too.
And just to have fun and like just promote what you believe in.
Yeah. You know, I remember. I vividly remember. That's why I kind of like the events things too. Is the Baker Christmas thing they had at Lincoln. I don't know if you guys went to that one.
I used to always go to those.
Yeah. They used to do them all the time where they would like every year they would do like a Baker Christmas thing at Lincoln Skate Park.
Okay.
They would just give away shitload of stuff.
Dude, and so cool. you landed a trick, you were getting something.
Yeah. So much. Yeah. And it got packed like really busy. Like so I was like, this is cool. And I had a good time. So I was like, this This is fun. Like, and then to get something for free too, like that, I was like, yeah. But they probably did the same thing. They needed to get rid of the stuff at the end of the year for the quotas. Yeah. So it works out. It works out. Yeah, man. It works out. Everybody gets something.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll finish it up.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. I do want to ask you, do you have any dream sponsors that you would like to work with?
I would say Vans, honestly.
Okay.
I would think that would be pretty cool. Vans would be a big one. I've kind of got some of them already because I've always thought it'd be cool. I've worked with Bones before.
Okay.
I've worked with some pretty good brands that I always would thought like because I try to think like what brands would I like to see right there.
Right.
So that's who I usually reach out to.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna say just
Vans.
I like Vans a lot.
Yeah, I see you rocking them too.
Yeah,
is that what you skate in as well?
Yeah, I skate in them. The high tops. I feel like they offer a good ankle protection.
Okay.
Rolling the ankles.
Like the half cabs or.
The half cabs are cool too.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the high top. Just skate highs.
Skate highs. Skate highs.
Skate highs. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen those ones yet. But
yeah,
I'm sure I have.
Yeah. There's like Deshaun Shorten skates in them. Okay. That one dude, Elijah Burrow, he skates them all the time.
I know the shoe.
Yeah. So they're
the classic.
The classic, yeah.
Yeah.
The Ricky Glazers. There you go. Because he skates in those all the time.
Ricky Glazers. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dude. That'd be cool, dude.
Because they're pretty big, and I like them, and I feel like their idea of what a brand I feel like is also the same thing that I kind of want to like embody. I don't want to just be like skateboarding. I want to be like just a creator lifestyle thing. So whether you like surf, snowboard, skateboarding is the main, like obviously they're going to be but right. I'm not going to be like, oh, all avenues would be pretty cool. Like
that's cool. Yeah. To open it up like that as well. Yeah. Cause I mean, OneSun, we're all under OneSun as well.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, we got to share this planet. So yeah, it makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's so cool, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the best one. That's probably the only thing I can think of right now. Yep.
Okay. Now you had some questions maybe from.
Oh yeah, I did.
Maybe from your Instagram.
From my Instagram, yeah. Some people asked me just a couple questions about skating.
That's cool. That I like the fact that you like went on your Instagram and was like, "Hey, I'm about to be on the show. Does anybody have any questions for me out there that you want answered on the show?"
Yeah. I thought it would be a good idea to engage with the people who actually are interested in engaged in my. So I got a few of them. I'll just give them.
I mean, I've thought about but then we'd be giving up the guest. Like instead of it wouldn't really be a surprise if
that's true.
Like, hey, we got this guy coming on. Like, anybody want to know anything about them? But yeah, we kind of like leave it as a little surprise.
That's true because I do see you guys post for like, guess who's today's guest. Right. That is true. Okay, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was more doing it for the people who I'm saying I could just get them, but that is a.
But it's all good. We don't mind that. Like, if you're sharing it on your stories and that. Hopefully that gets the people excited on your side to be like, that's cool.
To be prepared for it too, and also kind of transition them to come and see more about what's going on with this podcast, and what you got going on.
I appreciate that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I got a few of them right here just from some people, I guess, from the local skate parks.
Okay.
First one says...
And who's it from?
It's from Sunburn _ VP, one of the locals. Shout out to Sunburn. One of the locals from Village Skate Park. It says, dream trick. And he also asked my go-to trick.
Okay.
My go-to trick, I'm gonna say flat ground. I mean, not flat ground, like as a off of something. I'm gonna say a front big. If it's on a rail, I'm gonna probably say a backside feeble. And on transition, a blunt, a fakie.
Okay.
Those are probably the go-tos that I could say I would be able to do right off the back maybe.
That's cool.
Not I don't need to warm up or something. And then the dream trick, I don't know, man. There's a lot of tricks that I'd say I'd really want to do. A dream trick, I would probably say. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be a crazy combo though, for sure. A crazy combo.
How about you have a spot that maybe, or would it be a ledge trick, a flat ground trick?
It would be a rail trick for sure.
A rail trick?
It would be on a rail. Yeah, for sure on a rail and a combo. Right now, I'm thinking of some stuff. Yeah, flat bar probably. Okay. Or bank to rail maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do like doing combos on rails.
I've seen some stuff.
Yeah. So that would probably be one of the things I would like to do.
Feeble? Was it a feeble to tail or Smith to tail or something?
Feeble to blunt.
To blunt?
Feeble to blunt, yeah. Well, I call it a feeble to blunt. Some people say it isn't, but to me, it basically is a feeble to blunt. But I've done a few variations of those. Like I could feeble blunt big spin, feeble blunt shove, feeble blunt 270. I just haven't done a flip out of one yet because I don't really flip in or out of shit. But
okay,
I'm gonna say probably like the trick that I was thinking about that would be really cool to do. I haven't even learned the first one yet, but a switch back 270 to regular board slide, pull it out to feeble, and then 180 out.
Okay.
I thought that would be really sick to learn because I was trying to learn to switch back 270 to board slide on this like curve right there that they brought at the village. And when I was stalling on the switchback 180 to board slide, like my mind was like, oh, that would be so sick to fucking pull it to feeble after that.
Right.
And then 180. Okay. Like from 180 to Fakey. But so probably that I was going to say will be my dream trick right now because that's the thing that I was dreaming about. The trick I was dreaming about just recently. So that's probably what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you, Sunburn, for those questions. Prescott said, what's your view on video parts and do you have any? I don't have any video parts, honestly. I have like street footage, but I can't say I put them in any parts, which sucks to say.
Okay.
I would love to make a street part though. That is something that I definitely do want to do before I can't skate anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm. How old are you now?
31.
31? Okay.
Yeah.
I think you got time.
Yeah, for sure.
Killing it out there, bro. You can do it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, my view, I think the street part is like so like, let's put it this way. Like if you're an artist and you got a canvas, your street part is what you painted on that canvas for you, you know, because that puts you out there. People see that and that's like what you're creating, your art, your style, the tricks you like to do, even the way the song is, the editing. So it kind of like, it gives you your aura, you know? I have never really dropped a part, so I guess I don't have that yet, which kind of sucks because as a skater, you kind of do need one. I feel like a lot of times when people drop parts, that like solidifies them in their skateboarding thing, whether, you know, like...
it just kind of shows a little bit.
Yeah. Well, not like solidifies them, but like how I'm saying, gives them their...
Yeah.
People can see that and know like, oh shit, this is the tricks he likes to do. Like I could see...
Right.
Now, even if you've never seen him before, you've never seen him skate, you'll probably see a spot and you could be like, oh, dang,
that's why
I can see this dude skating that.
That's why I try to throw some clips on the Instagram so that way they know I'm not just a host of a skateboarding show. That I actually skateboard.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that. Hell yeah.
I'm not very good, but I try, you know?
Yeah, for skating and skating, I like, that's one of the main things with the OneSun Go Skateboard dates too. I never tried to make it like you have to be good at skating to come. People who just ride cruiser boards, like they just show up and you're all come ride. Oh, that's why it says I skated on this shirt.
Yeah,
because it basically was supposed to be for Go Skate Day. You were supposed to. The plan was to mob through the whole city, but we basically mobbed from that one spot to Hollenbeck. Yeah, as like a group.
It's kind of like the I voted shirt, right?
That's exactly what it was. Yeah. So the idea was to make it like I voted thing, but it was I skated because we were supposed to skate through downtown LA. And that didn't really happen because of what incident with the police and those dudes popping the fireworks and stuff that day. So. But it's cool. Everything happens for a reason, like you were saying. Yeah, so.
Okay. All right. And shout out. They got more, or were they the only two questions?
Oh yeah. My bad.
Let's get them out.
Let's get them out of here. Yeah. My bad.
No, it's all
and then
good.
We got one from Playboy563. What made you start skating? And I think we answered. We touched up on that one already. So. There's another one actually by Sunburn. Says, who's your favorite skater right now? I don't know.
Who was it when you first started skating?
It was Andrew Reynolds. Andrew Reynolds was the boss, yeah. I liked him, Rob Deerdeck.
Okay.
Rob Deerdeck. Both of those dudes because they were also like entrepreneurs.
Right.
And they skated.
I became a fan of Rob's. Like, I didn't know him in the early days. I only knew him after when he was, like, on his own show on MTV. So that's when I got to know him.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how I got more of his openings to him, too.
Right.
But, Yeah, Andrew Reynolds was from Breaker 3.
Just hiring a security guard for security guards, I was like, that's genius.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of
it was just a concept thing, but yeah.
And the Fantasy Factory. Right. It's kind of crazy because a lot of it's like good and bad, I guess. Some people seen him as like not.
Right.
I think he was just ahead of his time.
Oh, yeah. Man, he's all about making money. That's what it is.
Yeah, he really. I still follow him and I see his podcast, and he does do a lot of things. Like he has, he has a company, but it's not like it's that
mindset.
Yeah. He just makes a lot of companies. Like, I think he's like one of the creators of Dude Wipes.
Okay.
And then also there's like a chip company. I see him on. He talks about them on his podcast and all that stuff. He calls them. They're called micro businesses. He says so. He makes a bunch of micro businesses, and he's still doing a lot of good stuff.
He probably starts them and then sells them off.
That's basically what he does. Yeah. From it's like a company called like Superjack or something. But yeah, I stay up to date with that because he inspired me to like do the business things and be more than just like the skateboarding thing. But
okay,
as far as his skating wise, I can't say I looked up to him for his skating. It was more of his mindset and entrepreneurial and things he would do like for the TVs and stuff like that. Yeah. Andrew Reynolds skating though is top tier, man. Top tier. Video parts.
Oh, his video parts always just go hard.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts, Stay Gold, man.
Stay Gold.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The editing, the video, the song, the skating, like.
Yeah, I never gets old, man. From Birdhouse was my first introduction to him. So.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he was on Birdhouse. Yeah.
Man, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've never really like fanned out for a skater, but I seen him once at Venice. Instantly was like, yo, we gotta take a photo, man. We gotta take a picture. Like, I've never like tried to because I kind of feel like I'll eventually probably see them again.
Yeah.
I do get like amazed, but I don't want to like, you know, I'm not like running up to them and like. But when I seen him there, it was like that. It was like trippy. It was like for sure. Now I need to take advantage of this moment. I'm never gonna see this dude again. Or like it was like amazing to see him. Yeah, he was cool.
I was just trying to like a lot of times when I got to meet these skaters, I was trying to catch them because I had their skateboards. So like Jamie Thomas, you know, get them signed. But it's always at an event that they're doing a signing at. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, every once in a while, I'll catch a pro at a skate park or in the streets, but mostly it'd always be because they're having a signing at Active or they're gonna be at Huntington Beach. It's at Jack's Surf Shop or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, he was taking his daughter to the skate park, so he wasn't even skating. Yeah, he was like sitting down and watching her skate. That was I got kind of lucky, but at the same thing, I didn't want to bug him and be like, oh.
Yeah, it's like his day off.
Yeah. I just kept it cool. I was like, you think we can get a picture? And we just took a
he's cool like that, though.
Yeah, he was super cool. Super dope.
Yeah. Dude, shout out to that, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
All right. Let's get into hobbies off the skateboard. What are you doing off the skateboard? I know you're on a health run right now, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more physically fit, you know. I mentioned it, I play around with my homie, and I tell him I'm gonna Nick Don Pierre eventually.
That's so sick.
Because I don't know if you guys know that skater, but he's all buff.
He measures his food and everything.
Yeah. So I tell him like that's what I'm preparing myself for. Because eventually, when I can't skate no more, I'll probably start being like fitness more and try to focus on that.
Okay.
But I do now. I'm at least trying to prepare myself for that. Yeah. Because I'm already 31.
I seen your Instagram where you're heavier.
Yeah.
And then now you're getting like. In shape,
yeah. I think
cool.
Yeah, I was from drinking and not skating a lot. I was getting a lot of weight.
Yeah,
I was like weighing like 229 pounds. I think the most. Ooh. Once I seen that on the scale, I was like, and I went because I got injured. So when I had to go to the hospital, they weighed you.
Yeah. It says I put here life-changing experience. Like, did you have like a car accident or something? Or
I mean, honestly, there was a lot of them, but that one was the one that was the main one. I say so.
Okay.
It's a pretty interesting story, but yeah, I basically got into a car accident and I ended up breaking my collarbone because of that.
Yeah.
And when I broke my collarbone, I got surgery and it sucks because it's not from skating because a lot of people ask me, they expect it. And it would sound like a lot cooler if I was like, I was trying to like
do a 50 stair handrail.
Yeah, something, you know, but no, it's just being dumb, making bad choices, but it did kind of open that window where like things need to change, make some changes. Yeah. Cause
so that kicked you into gear to. Did you do the physical therapy and all that stuff afterwards?
Yeah. Okay. I started doing physical therapy and trying to get more
that's good
range of motion in it and everything.
That's good that it didn't bum you out more, you know.
I mean, at first it kind of did.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought my first impression was I wasn't gonna be able to skate or take a fall or lift a weight or nothing like that. It was gonna like handicap me.
Right.
But it didn't actually. So I did do a lot of the physical therapy and everything. That was like the injury that kind of, I guess you could say, was a life-changing experience. But from injuries from skating, I had torn a meniscus before that, and then that didn't make me skate. So that's when I started like abusing the substances mostly. So I still didn't really use that as a life-changing experience. I still kind of went a little more down.
Right.
And then it was like skating here and there, but I wasn't progressing.
Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that you're doing the healthy thing, man. Staying in shape and stuff. Because I know you have a moving company.
Oh yeah, I have a moving company now too. So that's another thing that I do on the side. Yeah. If it's not skating, I got a
U-Haul truck or something, like a big truck.
No. I don't have a truck. So
you don't have a truck?
No.
Okay.
No. That is in the plans for getting a truck. Right now, I just provide the labor service. So like, if somebody needs something to be moved or put into a truck,
you got it.
I got it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's been working pretty good so far.
Yeah.
It's a lot more convenient because I'm still able to make my own like schedule and type of thing.
Is that what you do full time?
I'm doing that full time now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was doing security before that.
Okay.
And 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These people, some places they'll just work you, bro.
Yeah. It's hard. It's a lot more physical labor work, but I've always had that like business mindset. And I did go to school. I went to Rio Hondo for business, so I got like a certificate in business management and supervision. So that was all. I knew how to operate and run things. The skateboarding OneSun thing was doing pretty good, but it wasn't like
right.
It wasn't paying the bills.
Right.
It wasn't allowing me to save and get ahead. So it was cool as a passion project.
Skateboarding probably will never pay the bills, man.
Yeah. I don't think so. A lot of skaters are in the same situation.
You have to get the other side stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I mean, but it's sad to say, but yeah, at the age I am, I started that because I had to get a little more.
But no, you're more like your own boss now, though, right?
Yeah.
So you get your own schedule. You get to. It is physical labor, but like you're still young, and it'll keep you even fit.
Yeah, for sure.
At the same time.
Hell yeah, it does.
Just now I can focus on OneSun after. Careful with people's stuff, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I try to operate everything really like professional wise,
right?
And I got really good experience because I worked in Venice before as a salesman, so I had really good like customer service experience.
Yeah.
So it works out because now when I talk to the customers, I already know how to like communicate and make them feel comfortable,
right?
Because when I worked in Venice, I was selling sunglasses on the strip right there.
Yeah.
And they paid you by commission.
Right. So like, you had to sell
the glasses, yeah. So it was a good learning experience because I was always like one of the top salesmen there.
That's so
it was pretty cool. As a learning experience to like communicate and deal with customers.
Seeing somebody walk by with sunglasses on already, you're like, oh no. Those are all wrong for you. Come here. I got you.
You know what was the only good thing though that we had going is the sunglasses were made out of wood.
Okay.
So it was cool. Yeah. Like the people were walking with sunglasses.
Yeah.
But they weren't like these ones had either made of bamboo. Yeah. There was even some that were made out of like it was like a 9-ply. It looked like a skateboard deck. They were called the Rastas or something. So that one was like my favorite one because that was my spiel. It was basically it's like a skateboard.
You're already selling.
And I'm in Venice, so a lot of people were like,
you already want that experience.
Yeah. So it worked out. That was the only thing. But
that's cool.
It really blew my mind because these fucking sunglasses, they costed like the most expensive polarized ones was without any discounts was $120. The cheapest ones, non-polarized, like ones that were kind of plastic material, they were like $60. So half that. when I became like, I was working there for years, I finally became like a manager. I got to order them and see how much they were paying for those things from China.
What, like $3, $2 less?
Yes, bro. I was I was blown away. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Yeah. I was like, what the? I would have at least thought like myself selling them with the spiel, making them feel like they're like high quality, handcrafted, built and everything. I was like, damn, this is amazing right here. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna like. I just know now. I was like, dang. I would have never thought. I would have thought they actually were handcrafted. It's not built in a factory.
Because you buy in bulk, bro.
No. Yeah. So they were buying in bulk. Yeah, they were buying so much in bulk. Yeah. But it was cool.
Still, I mean, that's how the markup is ridiculous.
Yeah. But those dudes taught me a lot. Thank you, Mario and Jason, Calisons, Venice Beach, right there on the boardwalk. Like literally right on the boardwalk. It was cool. I got to skate like during my lunches and shit.
Yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Any other hobbies?
I do also do videos and editing, and I got my own YouTube channel and everything like that.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's...
What's your YouTube? Is it Anthony J. Valdez?
Yeah, Anthony J. Valdez, if you guys want to check that out.
Do you have that up there?
Yeah, I can pull it
Yeah,
up.
just pull it up so we can just check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, I got some stuff on there. It's always on and off, though. I mean, I've had that channel for quite some time.
Okay.
But...
There you are.
Yeah, there we go.
That's cool.
Yeah. The shorts have kind of been going down. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's trippy though the way it works because you know. Yeah. So that's the thing that I wanted to get at right now. You know, like if you post a lot of shorts, it's easy to get followers, but those followers are not going to transition to your long form videos.
Right.
Yeah. Because they're like short form videos watchers.
Right.
So a lot of the people who are my followers, they come from my short videos. So if I post a long video, it's not like they're going to watch that long video.
Right. I noticed that too. I started putting up some shorts and I got a couple more followers, but they're not watching the long form.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people see that number and they're like, oh. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, it is a good number, but if you look at the analytics and you know the data, it doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
To me, at least, because I feel like I don't have a lot. Like,
anybody out there, man, just you want to see his long or short form
videos. Yeah, check them out. Yeah, got some good stuff on there. I got some more plans for some more things coming up too. I'm gonna transition into more fitness. I'm gonna start doing the things like right now. I'm working on a video where I did a 5-day fast.
Yeah, and I noticed you're documenting everything.
Yeah.
Your transition, so that's amazing.
So that's probably the next big one that I'm working on right now. I'm gonna waiting till at least I get to the right place where it'll work with the video that I'm making. But it was a good one. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do it though, or whatever. Like, because I've mostly been skating, so I know with transitioning into that I just gotta figure out how to do that. If I'm gonna want to like keep skating in it, or I'm only gonna be like fitness or finance or something. Yeah, I kind of want to do a little bit of all, but sometimes it's kind of hard to like.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you have the following of this, and then you're mixing that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah. So I mean,
but we like even us too. Like I want to do more stuff, but I like how structured everything looks, you know. But when we toss another video, I'm like, well, we want it to make sense too.
To
be part of our page.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
So I probably just gotta figure something out with that, but
that's cool, man. Dude, I can't wait to see what you have coming up in the future because I know you do have some plans, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be on the lookout for that and be helping you out, promoting it, whatever we could do.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now we're in touch more, so we could do some more collabs and work together.
For sure,
like that.
Man. That'll be cool.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Peralta, you have any questions for him?
Dude, I don't think so. I think we tapped into a lot of it. Really personal, and then I think some of your followers tapped into some stuff I wanted to ask too.
Okay.
They hit some questions that I had on here too, so that's cool.
Yeah, that worked out. And then because we already had got to one too, so it was worked out, like before they even...
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, a lot of times I have all these, like, little cliff notes here, like, for myself, but if we just go on a flow, that sometimes they get answered throughout the whole conversation, so it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Who would you want to see next on the show? Or like if you could pick anyone you want to see.
Let's see.
And then plus, like, say, look, for instance, Listo's out today, you know, so like, you could come back and sit in if Listo's not here or Peralta's not here.
Okay, hell yeah.
You can sit in with your buddy. If,
Yeah, that works. I'm down for that. Hell yeah.
A guest couch boy.
Is what we call Listo was the first one that I seen on here.
Yeah, at least on
that was my exposure to this.
Dude, episode number 1 though, but yeah, he's episode number 1 and episode 99. So.
Okay. So it might have maybe been the 99 one.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that long ago when I had seen him post about it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah.
We had to get him in the slot because we had to fill in the spot because someone had to reschedule.
Oh, okay.
Because we had Chris Roberts as episode 100, and if we didn't get Listo to sit in, Roberts would have been episode 99.
Oh, yeah.
And we couldn't have that. We needed him to be our 100th episode.
Yeah, that works out a lot better.
So, you know, for those that don't know, that behind the scenes stuff, that's what happened. But the guy that rescheduled, he was on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, yeah, it works out. Yeah.
He came back and we did it.
I think I'm going to say the person, maybe they're 2 good homies of mine, so I would like also to give them some opportunity to talk about. They have some pretty good stories like that too. His name is Victor Garcia. He actually rides for Pau Peralta.
Okay. Is it Garcia Vids?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we got him on the list.
Yeah, that guy. And then if not him, then another friend named Miklo, Aaron
Rivera?
Aaron Rivera, yeah.
Got him on the list, too. Yeah, he's been asked, too, several times.
Oh, okay.
So if you're out there, Miklo, and if you're ready, bro, let us know. Because, you know, I haven't hit him up in a while, but we've asked him.
Yeah, he might.
He's super busy. We understand, you know, like, because he does a moving thing as well.
Yeah.
And he's always, like, bouncing around, like, place to place. He's in Vegas. He's here. He's there. He's at the Phoenix Am. He's everywhere.
That's true. Yeah, he is everywhere. Yeah, he's always shout been. Out to him. Maybe he's probably a little more. I'm gonna say maybe shy. He doesn't know how to like. He probably doesn't want to mess up or get nervous or something. But
I
think if he gets a couple,
he knows me. He knows me. We know each other.
So yeah,
that'd be he's welcome.
He has some good stories. I know that for sure.
He's welcome.
I've known him for a long time too, and we kind of share the same background. Yeah. So that's how we were connected. A
lot of us skaters do have that, like background. So that's why we even skate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, skateboarding means something different to everyone.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what is pretty cool about it.
Yeah,
it holds something and it means something.
It's special to us.
Yeah. It's special to everyone for their own reason.
Yeah,
and that's what's crazy. You know what also is crazy? Sorry, I wanted to mention this.
No,
the diversity thing of it.
Of course.
Because I was at the skate park with the age diversity. I was at the skate park with 2 homies. One of the dudes who asked me a question, he's like 14. One of the locals at the skate park right there. I was with another homie. He's like 19. Us 3, we went to the skate park together to that new skate park in Inglewood.
Inglewood?
Okay. No,
the Watts one?
Linwood. My bad.
Oh, Linwood?
The new skate park in Linwood. We went off from the Village skate park. We were like, let's go to the new park. When we got there, we were leaving, and then 2 other skaters were pulling up, but they were with their old school boards, and they were like maybe in their 40s, 50s.
Right.
And I was like, this is wild right now, because I was like, the age difference between all of us, I was like, he's like 14, you're like 19, I'm 31, these guys like 40, maybe 50, and we're like all doing the same thing, and we were all cool. We all talked. When we seen them, we said, hey, what's up? It was like... And I was like, this is cool. I was like,
this goes. We're just skaters.
Yeah. We're just skaters. I was like, this is crazy. We did say that too the other day though. He was like, if you do mention that to somebody, it sounds different. It sounds weird. Like if his my homie, we were talking about that because he's only 14, and I dropped him off at his house, but like if he tells his mom, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. He's 31. Yeah. Like it sounds like what? Like, but it's like the skating wise, it's just like
that cancels it out.
Yeah. You're just skating. It's right. We were just making fun of that at the time. It's like
no, I get it.
Yeah.
Like I used to go pick up the little homie Joey when he was a little younger. Like go pick him up to go to La Habra, and his mom's like, no, wait, no, I gotta meet this guy first, and then they get to meet me, and then they get to know me, and then go, okay, yeah, cool. My kid could go with you.
Exactly, yeah. They trust you and they understand what's going on.
Like,
but if you just hear it like, hey, I got
some candy,
Car
ride, Nah, we're going skateboarding. That's all it is.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All for skating.
But yeah, dude, it can be a little crazy to the outside world.
To the outside, yeah, for sure, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was just watching some comedian. And he's all like, oh, yeah, so I'm a skateboarder. He's like, no, you can laugh at me because the crazy part is my best friend is 14.
Oh, shit.
And he's like talking about the age diversity. And I was like, he's on what's great. And the same thing, he's on what's crazy. I think that only in skateboarding this works because if a grown-ass man says, I'm going to go hang out with my 14-year-old friend, every person would be like, that's a creep.
That's
a creep.
Like, yeah, what
is it?
Wait a minute. What are you guys going to do? Skateboard? No. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, dude, like, I get it, though, but I mean, I get the parents because they do need to be protective of their kids. But
Yeah.
But, you know, luckily, we're good people, man.
Yeah,
most
for
of
sure.
us. I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But a lot of us are.
There.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Anything you want to bring up maybe we didn't touch on?
Not that I can think of. I think we pretty much, we covered a lot of pretty good stuff.
And if you think of, dude, like I said, you're always welcome to come back again, bro. It's never a one and done here for us. You know? Like if you got something popping up, you want to come back and say hello, or even be a couch boy, you're more than welcome to come back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, maybe I should just say that keep a lookout for the new OneSun account. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gone right now, but it'll come back for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And give us your shout outs.
I do want to shout out Amelia from Leanap. I want to shout out Troy from Birding Bush, Victor Garcia. Also want to shout out Bubba from Village right now, and then Aaron Rivera as well. I do want to shout out Cole as well. I hope you're doing good, my man. And then, yeah, that's pretty much who I could think of. My mom and my little brother, and then to the family, yep. And then also my older sister for getting me that board.
For sure.
And then
the homie that gifted you the Frankenstein board. Yeah.
Peter, yep, for sure. Then Andrew Carl as well for gifting me that board. And then I pretty much think I kind of went through everyone. And
shout out to your skate shop sponsors throughout the years as well, man.
Yeah. Shout out to all those sponsors for sure. They kept me going. I'm gonna say the Garage was the main one. Warning was also one of the main ones. I think those are pretty much the two shops that I would say that have the local shops that have been always there and kept me a part of the community and stuff like that. So hell yeah.
Dude, okay, man. And everybody out there, please go check out his Instagram too and his YouTube channel.
Yeah, go check it out, you guys. Anthony J. Valdez, they're both the same.
Both the same.
Anthony J. Valdez, yep.
All right. I almost forgot one thing. Peralta, hold on. Let's give him this thing. Did you point that out? Let's give him
Wait.
Let's give you a question out of the bowl.
All right. Let's get a question out of the bowl.
Yeah, and then we'll get Peralta's shout outs afterwards.
All right.
And then my closing.
All right, sounds good.
Go for it, man.
See
yeah, because I was like, I know we're forgetting one thing. It's right here on the list.
All right, got one here. If everyone is reincarnated as a dog or cat, what are you choosing? I'm definitely gonna go with the dog. I'm a dog person.
You're gonna be a dog?
Yeah, I got a dog.
And why do you think you wanted to be a dog?
Because I'm kind of almost already a dog. I'm not just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I just think because cats are kind of scary, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like cats. I'm not like anti-cat, but I heard stories about them like eating their.
Oh, they'll eat a human after they pass.
Humans after they pass and everything. So I'm like kind of scary about that.
Left them hungry, but
yeah, that's true. Yeah. A dog might do the same thing too, but I don't know.
I like Peralta's face when he heard the question.
It's just so random.
Yeah,
it's a new one. It's a new one because I had to put some new ones in there, man.
Okay. That was a good one. Yeah.
I hope people like it. If not,
that was a good thing to keep you on the toes too, because I was not expecting that.
Yeah. If not, people, if you got some crazy questions you want us to ask the guest, please throw them in the comments.
Yeah, hell yeah. The crazier questions, the better, because that was a good one right there.
All right.
Yeah, for sure, dog though.
All right. Shout out to that, man.
What breed of dog?
Well, that's a good one, too.
That is a good one, actually.
That is a good one.
Oh, man. That's a tough one. I don't know if I want to be a big dog or a small dog. That's a tough one. Yeah. Because it could go both ways, you know. I could be a big dog and be like, you know, take care of myself.
Yeah.
Or I could be a little teacup chihuahua and just be a purse dog, you know.
Yeah. Be pampered.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton, you're going to be Paris Hilton's dog?
Well, I don't know. Yeah. The way they described it on South Park, I would not want to be Paris Hilton.
No, that's true. I did see that one. He was trying to shoot himself. And
yeah, they took themselves out.
Yeah, I'd probably be a big dog, a husky or a German Shepherd for sure. Yeah. Just to I feel like those dogs are fit too, so they're active. That's cool. And at least I'll still be able to be active.
There's a dog. If I was a dog, there's a dog. I think it's called the Cholo, and it's like an old school, like one of the original dogs out there that the Egyptians used to use, and they're like hairless and they look pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's its real name though, the Cholo?
I think something like that, the Cholo or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
That does sound wild, yeah. Sounds like one of those cats, those naked cats.
It's kind of like one of those, but
it looks like that.
But I think they're like a pharaoh looking thing, man. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. All right, Peralta, give us your shout outs.
Well, first, shout out to all the viewers. Thank you for watching. We can't do this without your guys' support. And then you guys supporting all the guys that come on here and do the show. Shout out to Anthony. It's cool to finally meet you in person. I know I've seen you. We've interacted through social media a couple times.
Hell yeah.
Seen you out at events, but never really, had time to chop it up. It's cool to get to know you now.
Hell yeah.
Now, every time I see you, it's going to be nothing but love.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hell yeah. Same likewise. And I'm thankful for this to actually make that happen right here with this podcast.
Thank you, bro.
Hell yeah. Like you said, you guys probably meet a lot of people like that because of this thing, so this is sick.
And amazing people that come through this studio. Yeah.
Talk about the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Skateboarding.
Yeah, we do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then, shout out to all the guys that I'm filming out right now. Like, they're all killing it. These guys are putting in hard work, going to go on some missions these next couple months that we're ready for. And I can't wait for the premiere. It's going to be a big one.
Sick. All right. And again, dude, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you as well, man, for having me. Appreciate
really
you guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, my man. Hell yeah. Air 5 it.
There you go. And everybody out there, thank you again for watching. Thank you for everybody who likes, subscribes to our channel, supports us. Thank you, everybody. If you or somebody that wants to be on our show, your favorite local, let us know, man. We'll try to get them on the list and get them in the studio as soon as possible. Don't forget to follow our Instagram if you're not following it yet at Where the Locals Sk8. But there is like 67% of people that watch the show that don't subscribe yet. So that would really help us out if they actually just hit that button. So tell a friend. Don't be bogarting the show to yourself, man. Share it out and tell everybody about it. And I'm OG Skate Show till next week. Peace out.